Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy CowboyJobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Hope everybody's doing great. It is Friday morning, and I got to tell you, I'm as excited as can be because a week from now, we'll be waking up in the Jobu Man Cave RV. I'll probably be cooking some pancakes and some sausage and some bacon so we have breakfast. And we'll be talking about who the Dallas Cowboys picked in the first round. We're going to have a ball. I just cannot. Feel like a kid at Christmas right now to be going to Dallas to do this draft. To have my guys and stuff that we're going to be on the road, and we literally will be talking about football. We're going to be live streaming during the trip, so you guys will be able to see the road. You'll be able to see all the guys. We'll be talking about footballs and having arguments. We'll be beating the hell up out of the stinking New York Giant fan that we have for comic relief. We're going to have a ball. I just cannot wait, and I cannot wait for the season to get here. Oh, it's going to be great. I can't wait to meet Michael, who is coming from Afghanistan right now. He's on a 17-hour flight. I think we're going to definitely be in Lot H. I know it's not right beside the stadium, but here's the thing. We're about 2,000 feet from the entranceway. What's going to happen with the amount of people that are going to be at this event is parking is going to be hell. They're talking about 100,000 people per day. A lot of the parking lots that are part of AT&T Stadium will be being used for the NFL experience. You're going to have more satellite trucks and everything else that are going to be parked out there. So getting close to the stadium and being parked, it's not really going to be that much of an option. So there'll be a lot of you guys going to be parked out further than where we are. So on your way in or your way out, you can stop by and be part of it. And we're going to have everything you need. We're going to have a 14-foot screen so we can watch it. We're going to have a tailgate chef there cooking. We're going to have me, Vash, Law Nation, E2 Blue, DMV Dallas Cowboys, and of course Jobu talking about what's going on and interacting with you guys. So if you want to make it out to that spot, hey, great. If not, you can follow it on YouTube. But I'm excited as can be for this morning's edition of Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys. Because literally, you can't sleep on the Dallas Cowboys. There's still a few questions in the air. The rumors don't stop about Earl Thomas to the Cowboys. Apparently, both sides want to do it. The question is the compensation. And it's thought that it will happen sometime between now and, of course, next week at the draft because Seattle needs draft picks. Pete Carroll is basically saying, if he's here, he's part of our plans, and we want him back, and yada, yada, yada. Yet nobody is negotiating another contract. It's thought that even if he doesn't get a contract, that he'd be happy to come in on that $8.5 million contract. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But, we heard that people wanted Dez Bryant back. Oh, yeah, we love Dez Bryant and stuff, and he's part of our plans and our future and stuff. And what happened? Dez got cut. And I know I'm not one of the talking heads at ESPN or NFL Network. I'm not, Adam Schefter. I'm not Ian Rappaport and all that stuff. So I'm a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll, so what do I know? But we'll have to wait and see what happens. It's going to be interesting because a lot of people say he's too old and stuff, and I've given you guys my reasons over and over again why it makes sense. Because you're starting basically a new defense. I know Rod Martinelli is the defensive coordinator, but I'm telling you what's happening is the Cowboys just don't let guys go. They just kind of ease them on out. Okay? So they're kind of easing Rod Martinelli to an easier position. And I believe he's going to be working mainly with the defensive line, and that Chris Richard is getting his feet wet with this defense. You can see how the players are already excited about being there with Chris Richard. It's kind of a breath of fresh air. And he believes that Kevon Frazier has all of the skills of a Cam Chancellor. That's some high praise coming from a man who coached Cam Chancellor. So I'm interested to see how well this defense steps up. If they get anything like the Legion of Boom, where they can start getting the ball and are more aggressive, I will be ecstatic. Now, I want to address something with a lot of Cowboy fans, and I don't know, maybe some of these people are just trolls in disguise. But there's so much negativity. You know, I am a positive person. I wake up every morning, no matter what, feeling happy that I woke up, first of all, that I've got my wonderful wife next to me who supports me in my dreams and in life in general and is my partner. Doesn't mean we always agree. Doesn't mean sometimes, you know, you say, till death do us part. There's some mornings where you feel like, I want to kill her. But I know she's got my back, so I'm always happy every morning. And I'm positive. And I'm going to tell you guys a quick story. And I probably said it before, but, you know, there's a lot of new people here who don't understand it. But being positive makes all the difference in the world. I got burned. We were working in an apartment building and stripping cabinets and these old stuff. Make a long story short, a gas explosion. And the stripper was on my pants leg. And so it burned like a candle wick. So when the fire happened, I'll never forget the roar. If you're ever in the fire, when you hear that, you'll never forget it. You don't remember the pain, but you remember the sounds. I can still remember the smell. Got out of the place, and then I was like, I got to put this fire out. And I went back in. And when I went back in, you could see the smoke from here up, and here was clear. So I got down low, got back outside, and realized that I still see a little bit of the scar right here, that my wrists were burned and my fingertips were burned from me grabbing the doormat because my pants leg was on fire. So I took the doormat and I used that to put the fire out. Went through, knocked on the doors, there's a fire, there's a fire, there's a fire, got everybody out. Make a long story short, I had third-degree burns from my knee down. Spent 2 weeks in the hospital having my leg skin grafted. They took the skin off my thigh and put it on my shin. I felt sorry for myself. Oh, woe is me. My leg is jacked up. Man. It's hideous. And that was until I kept hearing this moan from death. This guy who was next door, his name happened to be Mark as well, had been in the hospital for about 6 months and was in a car explosion and was burned over 90% of his body and was constantly in pain. And I asked the nurse said, can you do something for that guy? She's like, he's medicated as much as he can be. So they didn't do him any favors by taking him out of the fire because they literally brought him from the death, but he's forever going to be a burden to society. I'm like, wow, it's kind of cold from a nurse. Well, a couple days later, I had another nurse who said, you know, because they start getting you walking around and stuff as soon as possible to keep the blood circulating. And she said, look, while you're out on your walk, stop by and see that guy next door. His name's Mark, just like you. Said, unfortunately, all his family and stuff have written him off. And he could use somebody other than a hospital personnel in here. That's all he sees, doctors and nurses. And so I stopped by and saw that guy. And it was that moment that I realized that I was the luckiest somebody in the world. Seeing his ears that were burnt off and his hand that was down to a nub and bandaged head to toe. And it's kind of like, you mean I'm only burned on my right leg from the knee down? Psh, I'm lucky as can be. And that's where we are as Cowboy fans. Yeah, I know. We haven't been to the Super Bowl in a long time. I know last year was not what we wanted. But we were still 9-7 with as many bad things that happened. You lost Zeke Elliott, your running back, for 6 games. Tyron Smith. La'el Collins playing a new position. You know, the loss of Ron Leary. Sean Lee. Bad coaching calls. But we were still 9-7. We still saw victory 9 times. Count your blessings, guys. And in most years, 9-7 gets you in the playoffs. In fact, the New York Giants won the Super Bowl as a 9-7 team. We're not that far away. And I'm going to tell you, here's what's going to happen. This is one of those good news, bad news predictions that I have. What's going to happen is, because I look back at history of what always happens, and just kind of make my predictions on the data that I got. 1, football goes through cycles. Half of the team that made the playoffs last year won't make it this year. Everybody thought for sure that Seattle, Cowboys, Giants, Green Bay Packers were all going to be in the playoffs this year. And guess what? None of them went. It's constant turnover. You get good for a season, you come back down. You get good, you come back down. Unless you're the Cleveland Browns and you just stay down. Or you're the New England Patriots and you stay up. We're on that cycle of going back up. Our schedule, yes, we've got, I believe, 9 playoff teams that we're going to be facing. But half of those guys will go in the tank. I believe the Eagles are going to come back down to earth. And this is, in fact, a de facto Jason Garrett put up or shut up season. We've had Jason Garrett on the hot seat many, many times before. Remember when Jerry Jones took the play calling away from him and everything else because, didn't think he was the guy? Remember when we were 8-8 and every year it was Jason Garrett was on the hot seat? Yeah. This is one of those years because he's got 2 years on the contract. And just like Earl Thomas doesn't want to go into the last year of his contract, at the end of next season, you have to either get rid of Jason Garrett or you have to give him a new contract. You don't have a coach go into a final year of a contract. It doesn't happen. He's a lame duck. But Jason Garrett, for whatever reason, things always seem to turn around because 2014 was the put up or shut up year. You realize that, guys. We were coming off 3 8-8 seasons. Every year messing up on that last game, which was win and you're in. They were de facto playoff games. All of a sudden, 14-2. Yeah. So expect the Dallas Cowboys to save Jason Garrett's job and have another good season. I don't know if we'll go to the Super Bowl or not, but expect us to have a winning record and to be at playoffs. That is my rationale. That is my prediction. I believe looking at the schedule, and I believe we'll go 11-5. My prediction last year was 10-6. We were one short of it. Thought we would have made the playoffs, but we were one short and didn't. So you guys can chew the fat on that. Give me your thoughts and everything else. And I got to tell you what's kind of interesting was, and maybe I shouldn't even worry about this, but what's funny is I had a little birdie whispering in my ear about the schedule. So about 2:30 yesterday, I posted the first video saying that Carolina was going to be the season opener and the Saints was going to be, the Redskins were going to be the Thanksgiving game. Then I came out later on and said we're going to be playing the Saints the week after. And I was kind of being given the schedule piecemeal. And some people were sitting there telling me, oh, you just got that from Twitter. It's like, no, actually, I was one of the first ones to start posting this stuff. And in fact, some people even posted it and said, not confirmed, and were posting it and retweeting it and things like that and so on. It would be nice if some of those people that were using the information that I was putting out there kind of said, you got it right. Way to go. Congratulations. Because some of those people that were retweeting my information were the same ones that were condemning me and calling me a clickbaiter. But I guess that's the way it is. If you're going to vilify me when I'm wrong, at least give me credit when I'm right. But as always, friends, I hope you have a wonderful Friday. I hope to see you here tonight on our live stream. We'll be drawing for the Dak Prescott autographed Jobu t-shirt. And if you want to enter, go to the top on my home screen, the blue P, click on that to do a donation. Any donation of any amount will enter you, or you can go to my website, CowboyJobu.com, and enter. So as always, friends, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. I'll see you guys tonight. Hello, friends. Cowboy Jobu here with an unsolicited opinion on the Jobu wings. You were saying about the wings?
The wings are the best I've ever had. Hands down. Awesome.
Okay, well, we've been passing out our recipe. If you actually look on our YouTube channel, we have all the recipes for all this stuff on here.
With the women, with the ladies.
You know that. Okay, slide in a little bit here. Okay, all right, so on 3, Jay, get in there, man. Okay, we're gonna do How About Them Cowboys, okay? All right, everybody, on 3, How About Them Cowboys? 1, 2, 3.
How about them Cowboys?